sun was shining.
Excellent.
We need some background. Welcome back, YouTube fam. We're here with another week of Married at First Sight. This is episode 3, Nice to Marry You. So we have the last two couples getting married this week, Chris and Paige and Haley and Jacob. Once again, I'm Blythe.
And I'm Brandon. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content, okay? Give us a like. That'll let YouTube know you're enjoying our content. They'll push it out to more people. The more people that watch our videos, the more people will hop in the comments and comment on the videos, okay? We have a lot of crazy discussions about the shows that we watch. So hop in the comments. Let us know what you think about this episode. It was crazy. There was so much to unpack and talk about on this episode, y'all. So let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. We've got our wine. We've got our Cheez-Its. We're ready to go. We're going to start right now.
All right, so we see the continuation from last week where we have Paige walk down the aisle to Chris. Again, I mean, they kind of started out, it was a little like you weren't sure with the camera tricks and the editing last week as far as what his impression was, if you liked her, if you didn't like her. But, you know, she got down the aisle, everything seemed to be well, right? Everything was good?
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't have any crazy reaction or anything like that, so it seemed like he was okay with it.
Right. So they went through, said their vows, they got married. So, you know, they have their get to know you, I guess, kind of first introduction to each other and talk. That was crazy to me. It was crazy to me. I mean, they talked about what they did, who they were. Then it got to the point where I don't even know how it got there, but he went into, I was engaged and talking about his ex. And I was like, well, I didn't even know how do you remember how it even got there? Because I don't even remember.
I know that she had asked about the tattoo.
Oh.
I think she pointed out that she had the infinity tattoo and...
You're exactly right. And he was like, oh yeah, they're talking about tattoos. And he was like, you know, how many do you have? You have any? And then he went into...
He just has one.
Yep. And she noticed that it was fresh, that it was new. And she said, that looked really fresh, it was really new. And he was like, yeah, the story behind it. Now, in my opinion, this story was a little too soon. Story was too early. But I don't know. He felt like it was time to get a story. So he reveals that the tattoo was the name of his ex-fiance, and that, you know, he got it covered up or whatever before they got married. I was like, wow. So then he revealed that ex-fiance.
Just volunteering too much information too soon. And this was a recurring theme, and we'll get into that, but that's a story that didn't need to be told, you know, like right now. Like, oh yeah, you know, I just got this one, you know. You'll find out later. Like a couple years down the line, I would tell you, okay, yeah.
Couple of years?
I don't know. It wouldn't be on the first day that I met you.
It wouldn't be then, but it wouldn't be a couple of years. You wouldn't let that go down, like, no.
Okay, well, it wouldn't have been then.
Yeah.
It's too soon.
Well, yeah, it might not then, but you would say something within, you know, the next few months. It wouldn't be a couple of years. I mean, it was a lot. I mean, they conversed. They seemed to be cool. Let's see. They sat down, right? They, you know, talked a little bit. Then they separated. And let's see. You have the friends talk. We didn't see her talk to his friends. I noticed that.
No.
But, you know, she talked to his family. He talked to her friends. We didn't see him talk to her family either, did we? No. Maybe they cut some stuff out there. I'm not sure.
Well, first they talked at the, I guess the banquet while everybody was eating.
Before her and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said they sat down and they talked. And then they separated and kind of went to each other's friends and families.
Well, we had more conversation during that time when they were just sitting talking in front of the banquet and everything like that. Because I thought that it was kind of, I thought it was kind of inappropriate. Like, they started off asking questions and he was telling her about his story and everything like that, and that was cool. But then, like, he started getting into, like, how's your sex drive? And, how often are you a virgin? And these kind of questions. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, those are inappropriate questions to ask at this point.
It wasn't, yeah.
Like, that's quite inappropriate. You just met her. Like, this is your wife, not just some jump off you met on the street. So let's get to know her more. Let's get her to trust me more. Let's build some foundational things first before talking about that. And, she was answering the questions, but it just kind of puts her in a weird spot. Because, like, you know what I mean? Even though, yes, we are married, we're not, like, I just met you. So I think the successful couples that have actually lasted on Married at First Sight are the ones that kind of treat this like
kind of courting, dating, take your steps a little bit.
Exactly. Like, they treat it like it's a professional dating service, and this is the person that they got matched with, and I'm getting to know you, and we're just going to start the relationship like that. The people that come in and want to pretend like, oh, just because it's a marriage, then we have to do what married people do automatically, they fizzle out. And so, yeah, it was inappropriate to be asking those questions to me at this stage.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot that evening.
Yeah.
Or day, whenever they got married. I don't know what time of day it was.
Definitely.
So then we have, let's see. So then Chris talks with her friends, with Paige's friends. That was, Lord.
No. First, I think it was the parents. I think
it was the parents first?
Yeah, because that was, it just, the levels just continued to escalate over the course of the show. First, she talked to his parents, which was mad.
I can't remember. It was all awkward. It was all too much. It was all a mess. I can't remember who did what first. But go ahead, yeah. Yeah,
so she's talking to Chris's mom and dad. And, they're telling her, oh, yeah, you're beautiful. We're happy.
You mean her father?
I'm getting to it. We're happy to have you in the family and everything like that. So, his mom, offers her advice, hey, don't ever go too long without, with being mad at each other.
Advice. Yeah, she gave
it was good marital advice.
Yeah, it was.
General, but good advice.
It was.
And then here comes Chris's dad. I don't know if he could have possibly been any more cringy than he was. Like, the whole thing was just like, like he starts off.
Hold up, stop. Not to mention, before they get to the reception, in between the pictures, he's over there with the guys. And isn't he a minister?
I don't know.
He's over there with the guys talking about, oh, but she got body. Yeah. They was all over this. Yes. He was saying that with them. It was not just them. He was saying it too.
Oh, he's the main one.
They was rolling. Okay. But yeah, let's cut back into that conversation, sitting down at the table.
So he's sitting down, talking to her. He's got those eyes, like looking at her like he's trying to
he's licking his lips.
Licking his lips and stuff. Like, he looks like he's spitting game. I'm like, sir, can you stop licking your lips? Can you, like, he's
I'm
just
like, your wife is sitting
cool
right here.
smooth.
This your daughter.
Oh yeah, you real beautiful, and we, and then he goes into this,
his talk to his father-in-law to daughter-in-law.
Just the most inappropriate conversation that you can possibly have. If you've been with a person for like years, right? It's still really cringy and uncomfortable to talk to their in-laws.
You're not just busting up to your
about physical intimacy within y'all's marriage.
You're not busting up to your.
You know what I mean? Like, that's still awkward.
Right. Like, I think like your mom. Remember, she gave us like. His mom gave us like, what did she give us? She gave us like some massage oils and creams and stuff. She was like, this for y'all, for y'all. It was like, that was odd. And it wasn't even a major conversation or anything. She didn't sit down with us and, it wasn't out of pocket or nothing like that.
Right.
But just giving us that, like, y'all have a good day. We were like,
Still slightly
okay.
awkward. She meant well, though.
Right.
Mom, if you're watching this, I love you.
But it was nothing as far as what
No. This guy, keep in mind, these two individuals just met.
Yeah.
I just met your son. I'm just meeting you. And he sits down and starts talking to her about, what she needs to do to please Chris. Like, so here's the thing, he comes home, he's tired. He's going to want that physical intimacy. He's going to want that touch. And so you want to make sure that, it's something that you're doing on the regular. It don't need to be, once a month or once every, bro.
He went in on that.
And she just looks
He's
so,
like, you know what I mean? You understand what I mean about the intimacy. Like, oh my
licking
God.
his lips and just, it was so uncomfortable.
It was
Like, just to
very
look at her
awkward.
face, like, she was like, what is happening right now?
It was, he's a simple man. He's not complicated. Like, okay, most men aren't complicated. They're simple. We get it. He didn't have to go that far with it.
No, it's completely inappropriate, completely unnecessary.
It was. I mean, maybe, if it was maybe like some time down the road and they were having, they need to sit down and talk to them.
Right.
I would even say marriage counseling. Maybe they were having premarital counseling and that was a part of the talks, possibly. But right then and there, that was just inappropriate.
Inappropriate and cringy. Like,
yes.
It's just completely cringy. And it only got worse from there.
Oh, gosh. So then the friends pulled Chris to the side and they talked. And we just couldn't believe that whole interaction. That whole thing, we just could not believe. I mean, this man, Chris, Lord have mercy. I don't even know where to start, babe. It was so much. I don't even know where to start.
I know.
And he just goes in, Paige, she cool, she's a different kind of woman than I would have went for. Looks good on paper, but marriage is more than that. She's probably what I needed, but not necessarily what I would want.
He literally repeated this, everything that and we said some of it last week, but I was, we were having conversations off camera. I was like, he's not going to be, and it's not that, Paige is ugly or anything like that, but he wants a trophy wife.
His certain type. He has a type.
I mean? He has a type.
Mm-hmm.
If he's as successful as, he says he is, he wants that trophy wife. He doesn't
image. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he doesn't care that, a lot of guys who are successful and make a lot of money don't really care about their spouse per se, like making a lot of money as well. They just, you know what I mean? And
a lot of men, yeah.
Some of them do. Not gonna say all. Some of them do.
It's not the top of the
list. But you also have your types like Chris, who I'm successful. I don't really care, about building, an empire with you or building together. Like, I already got it. I just want a trophy wife. And that's where he's at.
Just having babies for me?
Is that to have some babies, to have some pretty babies, to be on my arm when I make my appearances at these events. That's what he wanted. And I said, Paige might not be that. Probably an amazing woman. She seems accomplished. She seems to have her own stuff going on. Would make an excellent wife, I'm sure. But that's not what he wanted. And that was my suspicion. And then he just verbalized it. Like he
confirmed it.
I did not think that he would literally come out of his mouth and say it.
Yeah. But what about what he said to her friends, remember?
That's the crazy part. Like he verbalized this not to the confession cam, not to his boys. He's talking to her girlfriends.
He was like, Paige isn't a trophy wife, and they were like, well, no, she's a trophy wife. He was like, he reiterated. He's like, no, she's not like a trophy wife.
She is not.
She's totally different from the girls I would be with. Whoa.
What kind of girls are you normally with,
like,
Chris?
The little pretty da-da-da-da girls. Like, what are you saying? Like, I couldn't believe her friends. We couldn't believe they were just like sitting there with that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's what really got me, cause like Chris, now I already knew what he was about, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I know what kind of guy he is.
It's true.
So, although I was surprised that he was articulating that to her friends, he had a lot of nerve to do that. I had to turn my eyes to her girls. I don't know. I've been around a lot of black women my entire life. I've never met a group of friends that a dude could sit there and talk about their homegirl like that.
Who you just married? My homegirl you just married.
And just, I mean, I'm talking about like, he had the audacity, the unmitigated gall. He's just standing there, just giving it out. Like there's no fear of any kind of repercussion, no nothing. And they just kind of like rolled with it. Like I was just waiting. I was like, at any moment now, they're going to go ahead and cuss him out and then go grab Paige and then let her know what's going on. And this is going to be shut down. Like the things that he's saying. No, they're still asking follow-up questions. What follow-up questions do you have to him saying that your homegirl is not a trophy wife? That she's not the type of girl he normally dates. He normally dates pretty girls, and she's not that. Like, what are we still talking about? And I hope it was the editing. I really do.
I know.
Because after that conversation, they're still talking to him about if they're going to get intimate that night. What? After the things that you've just said, you better not lay a finger on my homegirl, is how that should have gone.
Yeah, it was not good.
How are we still having that conversation? How are they like, how has he not gotten
told off at this point, basically?
I'm really like, I'm questioning her friends just a little bit. I'm not blaming them. It's not their fault, that he's a jerk. But I'm looking at them
a male
sideways.
chauvinist for real.
Here's what I noticed. Here's what we observed. I look at Brianna's friends. I don't think that it would have gone the same way with Brianna's friends.
The different groups of friends.
I just don't. I don't think he would have stood up there and said those things and that conversation have ended the way it did. I have to question her friends. I don't know, later on they kind of like gave some subtle, I
know, they gave her, again, I'm kind of like, was there more off camera? Did they call her later? I don't know. Because it was a little subtle, like, y'all caught some of his stuff. Now, whether you reacted or anything, that's different, but you caught some of it.
I'm hoping that, it was because they was on TV that they didn't.
Trying to keep it classy and cute.
You know what I mean? Because
okay.
I was waiting for the clap back and it never happened. And I'm hoping that it was just because of TV. Because if not, she might need to find a new group, like a new circle. Like, I just don't know. If your homegirl's getting married and a dude says these things, what are you saying to him?
I'm like, who was you talking about?
I'm just saying.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. And I don't want to ruin her day or anything, but I don't know. I probably would have to let her know something at some point. But you remember she did say, like, during their vows and stuff, she said she didn't feel connected. She was like, yeah, he cool, but, just didn't really feel connected. It was, like, disconnected. It's like, first sign. And then, they sat down. She's like, yeah, he's cool. He's attractive, blase, blase. And they were kind of like you said, subtly. They're just kind of like, take it easy, make him work for it. Make sure he's right. And the other friend was like, well, he has this certain type he's looking for. So, I don't know. She's like, it could be you, maybe not. I don't know what. Yeah. And of course, they found out he told them about the engagement. And so they were like, yeah, that's kind of raising a pause there.
And, and that was my clear sign that, like, he really wasn't feeling her. One thing I'll say as a guy is that if we are, like, feeling a chick and she, we think she might be potential, I don't care what you say. He's not throwing out all that information that he volunteered if he was actually, like, attracted to who they picked for him. He's not telling them out the gate that I just got out of engagement 3
Right.
months ago. He's not telling them that this tattoo is a cover up of
Exactly,
my ex.
because
I promise you he's not.
y'all know,
I
y'all could
promise
be
you.
on some dirty. And I be the dirty all up in the situation. But if it's a new chick you want together, you ain't gonna say a darn thing. You're not gonna say nothing.
Guaranteed. So, I knew
That
that
was
he was
questionable.
I
That
knew
was
he was trying to sabotage the situation. I didn't know that he was going to take it that far. Like, yeah, that was just disrespectful. That was
So many levels.
on
Yeah.
just so many levels. And then it's just like, bruh, like, yo, you on national TV. That's where these people be getting me. I'm like, are you forgetting that you're on national TV?
What was killing me was just like the friends. They're just like, oh yeah, but booty. He talking about, yeah, I dropped down to get the train. That looked up. I said, oh, I'm like, wow, y'all.
And I mean, that's conversations that guys have. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, we have those conversations. The problem is you didn't see anything else in her. Like, you wasn't attracted to anything else. Her the facial features or whatever the case may be. You didn't comment on that at all. You didn't comment on her intelligence or
Well, so let's go to the off-camera confessional, where he did say conversation's good. She's got her stuff going on, but then what did he say? He just laid it out there, basically what you said.
He said, I'm not attracted to her. I'm not.
I was like, oh.
He said, she might be, what I need, but she's not what I want. Like, he just
just
laid
straight
it
out, yeah.
completely out.
Mhm.
And
He's like, we'll see where it goes, but he let us know it's not there right now.
it's not there. So
I mean, he's being honest, but at the same time, I don't know. Don't lead her on. I don't know what you think, but then it don't have to be to the point where you're hurting somebody's feelings.
right, like I said it, when it was Zach and Mindy, it's like, if I would never go on the show because and that's the thing. This is the thing. Like, I'm not even like trying to paint. Okay, I do think Chris is a bad person, but I'm, off of the fact that he's not attracted to Paige, I'm not trying to judge him off that.
Okay.
Like, I get
It's
it.
not about- yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a type too. Like, a lot of guys do have the type, and the heart one. We attracted to what we attracted to.
Right.
All right. But if I were to be on the show and they gave me somebody that I'm not attracted to, I can tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think that what they be trying to do at Married at First Sight is like pair people with someone that they're compatible with. That like if you were given like years, like 5 years, like a long period of time, you might get to all right, I'm feeling your vibe. The connection is there, the emotional connection. We mesh on this, that,
Gotcha.
and now I'm attracted to you based off of that. I'm telling you that for guys, 8 weeks is not enough time for all of those qualities and traits to overtake the fact that we're not attracted to you.
All right, so the last couple that got married was Haley and Jacob. So Haley and Jacob, I'm not too sure. She was pretty nervous getting down the aisle. Jacob, he seemed pretty cool, laid back. I don't know. Maybe it's just his personality. He doesn't show his nervousness. Maybe under there. I don't know. But I'm not too sure about them just yet. I can't really predict how it's gonna go, where it's gonna go. It just seemed a little awkward. They had some cool conversation. It just seemed a little awkward to me. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, they're kind of meh at this point.
Right.
I mean, I think he definitely likes her.
Yeah.
I think she's still kind of.
Trying to
she's
figure.
kind of trying to fill him out, but kind of overwhelmed by everything. I think it'll get interesting with them as they get away from this scene and get alone with each other and on the honeymoon and live with each other. The normal married people stuff. So I think it'll get interesting there. But to this point, there hasn't really been
Too
much to talk about with them.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
yet. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this season 12, it definitely seems like it's gonna be a lot. It seems like it's gonna be a crazy season, a lot of crazy drama. So, we'll be here every week, to talk about it and see what's going on, analyze it. So stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
It's becoming like a guilty pleasure. You know, it's like it's wrong, and I want to fight the power. You know, fight the man. You guys are setting these people up, but then I'm drawn to the screen and I gotta watch it. You're married at first sight. Anyway.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. So again,
if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content. Give us a like. Guys, hop in the comments. I need to know what you guys think.
Yes.
You know what we want to know about. How do you feel about Chris and Paige? Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel like he's going to end up going back to his ex? All right. Do you think he's going to end up with Paige?
Yeah.
Or do you think he's going to end up alone?
He'll never be alone. Trust me, he won't be alone. He don't have a problem in that area.
What y'all think about it, y'all? Hey, hop in the comments and let us know. Other than that, see you guys next week.